So you got drafted to the Chicago Bulls the same year I graduated high school, which was in '99.
Dang.
And you went, don't do that. Don't do that, Dallas. And you went on to start 63 games. I just want to know, what was the atmosphere like being in the house that Michael Jordan built, man? Like, tell me that. Put me in there. Put me in there.
Incredible, man. He's my favorite player. You know what I mean? He's to this day, if I see Mike, you know, it's going to be awkward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because, you know, it's like even the generation behind. And when I got drafted by the Bulls, that was my favorite team, even though I wanted to go to the Knicks. But that was my favorite team. So I get drafted by the Bulls, and I'm just like, this is a fucking dream. Like, you know, I want to do exactly what Mike did. I knew I wasn't as good as Mike, but in my effort, I was just working hard, different things like that. And just getting into the arena, you know, it was kind of hard to deal with. At the same time, I was doing a lot of wild stuff in Chicago. I didn't really maximize that opportunity because I should have been in Chicago for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They told me they wanted to keep me, but I was always getting in a lot of trouble out there. And I remember when I got traded on the bus at Miami, got traded on the bus, and I just, you know, kind of reflected, like, damn, I done messed this up. But, you know, just being in Chicago, it was incredible.
Yeah.
And I met MJ in Chicago. He came to our practice, one practice before, and just watching him, you know, you're 19 years old, you just like.
Right. Just admiring him, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of the wild shit, I heard there were times at halftime where you were sipping on the yak. And you would go out and play. Like, is there truth to that story?
It's not like anything where I would want to recommend or encourage, but just being honest, you know. Yeah, I was, sometimes I would just go, we were losing a lot, and I was going through a lot at the time, but it's super unacceptable at the same time. Deserves a suspension. If anybody think they want to, you know.
Want to try and do it.
Try and do something wild, they should be suspended. But, yeah, I was tripping. I would just walk up the tunnel and just go to the little spot right there.
So you so you still in warm up, still in game gear. At halftime, you'll go up, grab some yak, some Henny, go back to the locker room, swig it, and then you back on the court for the second half.
I did that like once or twice.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, have I told this is? I know you don't want to encourage.
They can
this.
still find me if they want to find me. I'll pay the bread. I'm not encouraging that.
It's good you said that. But have I told you the story? I remember when that report came out, and I just got in some trouble and got kicked out of CSUN, and I was at Moore Park, and that's when the story came out. And you know my buddy Spencer, I'm not proud of this moment, but since you're here. I remember that story happening, and me and Spence were like, no way, bro. And I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm like, I got to try this.
No way.
So we had a game. It was this big tournament. We were playing like Antelope Valley, and I bought a bottle of Grey Goose, and I called Spencer over in the locker room, and he's like, bro, are you serious? I'm like, come on, let's do it, bro. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And so we took a couple shots before the game. I ended up having a good game. Spence got yanked out the game immediately. Coach is yelling at him, but I wanted to.
It don't work.
It didn't work.
Pretty good.
It don't work.
How'd you play after?
Honestly, I don't remember. But when I stopped drinking, I started to play way better.
Okay.
Like after Chicago, I was actually going through a lot. I had my baby at 16. I had my next baby at 19 going into the league.
Okay.
I had another one at 21, you know what I mean? So, so I'm a kid in Chicago, just got drafted.
You living a dream at that point.
Living a dream, and then also just like a lot of
stuff
baggage. It was hard to think. I couldn't think, and just like, I can't. I'm not having fun playing the game. Like, I'm in the gym, I'm working hard, but it's like something was missing. I would go to Cabrini Green. I would go to Robert Taylor. Just like, I'm not next to Queensbridge no more, so I needed like something was missing. And then also I didn't understand how to raise a family at that time. Even though I love my family, I was happy I made my babies and all that stuff, but it was a crazy time for me in Chicago.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like the growing up. You were figuring out how to like accept the new reality of being a professional athlete, balancing all of this shit out.
Yeah, trying to balance it. Just couldn't really balance it at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, super difficult.
Yeah, don't do that, kids at home. No, don't drink the yak at half.
I actually played with a dude in a rucker. His name was Terminator. Terminator would have some malt liquor, 40 ounce.
Yeah.
Go get 40. Be doing every time out on Fat Joe team, swinging it.
Yeah.
And go get 40.
Have you seen the video of the dude that went viral doing the hookah? Yeah.
I ain't seen it.
Playing ball?
Yeah, playing ball.
I think
like
it might be in New York too.
I think it was in
Probably
New
is.
York. So it's like a street ball game going on. And I don't know if he like scored or he did something. He running back. Somebody's on the sideline smoking hookah. So he runs over,
Oh my
get
goodness.
the hookah, then he get right back into the game.
That
Got a
deserves a fine.
deflection. I think he stole
Yeah,
the
something
ball.
like that. He was
He
fine.
made a great play.
He said it deserves a fine. You got me a little confused with something I'm about to ask you because I didn't understand it. But I'm gonna ask you this. During your rookie season when it was over, during the summer, you decided to get a job at Circuit City. Now, a lot of people might not know what the hell Circuit City is. I do. So I need you to do two things for me. Explain to the people out there what the hell is Circuit City and tell me why, if I'm an NBA player, I got a job. Why am I working at Circuit City? Please explain this to me,
Circuit
please.
City's classic.
It was actually during the season.
Oh, wow.
So I had too much time on my hand. Too much
Yeah.
time. Like, now you got a little bit of money. Now you could go buy a drink.
Okay.
Now you could do whatever you want to do.
Want, right.
For me, I got drafted 16th, so that's like $1 million. That was $999 back in 19. I remember it got inside $1 million first year contract. So you feel like Bill Gates, you're like, damn. This is incredible, right? So, but I was getting in a lot of trouble. Like I said, I had my children. So I was like, Dad, I got too much time on my hand. I need to do something. So it made me go to Circuit City. I was going there all the time, and the discounts. So I would go to Circuit City just to chill out. I had nothing else to do. Practice is over. I'm out the gym. Just look at the DVDs. When that was hot, just walk around, and then I'm like, damn, I need a little discount because I'm paying for these DVDs. Yeah, I feel like Bill Gates, but when you look at your contract, you're like, hold on. I can't keep buying these many DVDs. So if I can work at Circuit City, I get this discount. So it only lasted one day.
I was about to say, how long did you work at Circuit City?
I was there for like 1.5 days.
Okay.
1.5
Because
days?
once it came out in the news, Jerry Krause called me in the office.
What are
He's
you
like,
doing?
well,
What was that conversation?
What was that conversation like?
What are you doing?
He's like, yeah, why are you working at Circuit City? I said, well, I'm trying to get a discount on these DVDs, and I'm bored. Like, I have nothing else to do. You know what I mean? And he was like, nah, you can't work at Circuit City. I was like, all right, cool.
You should have told his ass, give me a pay raise.
Man.
Man. Shit. Tell
He ain't
me
asked
not
for a
to
little. Hey,
work.
man, slide me a couple of these DVDs there, man.
Circuit City, hilarious.
Ah,
I
yeah,
used
that's
to love
crazy.
Circuit. Do they still got Circuit City?
Nah, it's
they,
over.
Nah.
they
It might be
just,
Fries.
That's
now.
what I remember.
Yeah,
was
but
when I
even
was
Fries, I think
Pasadena.
they just discontinued Fries, which is,
Did
dude, Fries in Circuit Cities was fun to go to.
Yeah.
I used to love
As a
Circuit
kid,
City.
But everything's
yeah.
online now. You don't even.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
still, they did a good job in those Circuit Cities.
No, they
and
did.
Fries.
They did. I
Everything-
used
So
to
is that
love
kind of like the Best Buys and stuff too,
you can
right?
buy any wash machines and like I think
Okay.
get
So like just
stuff like
electronics.
that.
You could go build a
Electronic stuff,
computer in
yeah.
there, get all the gadgets.
Oh,
You could
yeah,
get
yeah.
anything you needed that was
That's
electronic on
electronic.
there. Like
Yeah.
anything.
Circuit City.
Get in on the playoff action and win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks as you and the world's best players take the game to a new level during basketball's postseason.
You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Pick with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with basketball, hockey, and baseball entries today on Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. All y'all gotta do is make your picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds on Prize Picks.
Download the app today and use code PODCASTP for a first deposit match up to $100. I repeat, go download the app today and use our promo code PODCASTP for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Cha-ching!